Greetings, things and times, cultural expression. We're there with you. Um, we want to look at, continue to speak about education and its importance to us and its importance in relation to our culture, linking the two together because that's what it is, and analyzing why we haven't in the diaspora excel, and when we have certain issues and we bring it to the public arena, the words that are used either at the beginning or at the end is that we need education or we need educated people. And I'm saying, I've been thinking and I'm saying that the education that we do receive from the colonialist bosses over the millenniums have not helped us in any way. And what is actually happened, and one can see that, is that education for employment. It's not education for advancement. I don't see the advancement. I see employment. I see myself, my generation, trying our efforts best to understand, to comprehend, and to apply ourselves in academia to the best of our ability, and being frustrated in many places, in many ways. And then by the time we reach to third, fourth form, we're now um, being asked, like, what is it that we want after exams, or where do we see ourselves in the next 5 years, you know? And in many cases, we weren't able to respond in kind because it never occurred to us. It wasn't brought to our attention in the first place. So now we've been asked at this particular juncture is like, what do you mean? Well, we didn't speak like that back then. Um, what it actually did was shut us down because we couldn't comprehend um, what was put to us, and we went away trying to figure out what did it actually mean. You know, what were they saying? You know, what do we see ourselves doing in the next 5 years, and so on. And in the school that I attended, we had the sixth form and we had the upper six. So we were encouraged by them to sit in circles and seek advice or information from them. And that was an advantage because many of them um, said they want to be like lab technicians. Um, they wanted to work in the bank finance, and they wanted to have a career in law. And we were like, wow. And in our community, it weren't reflective of, today I'm saying it like that, but it wasn't reflective of what they were saying that they wanted. But what was is because their parents motivated them to that thought and to strive to achieve that. But our communities were run down, um, rats and mouse running up and down or running around. You know, an area that is, one can say that the poverty, right? I mean, and we're in Europe. Well, that's the area where we were, where we reside. I mean, they had what is called Caucasian people in those same districts, but not 20, 30, 40, 50, and 100, one and twos, one and twos. And we grew up to understand that those one and twos were what you call people that fall out of society, and they were tramps. And if we didn't take care of ourselves, we're going to finish up just like them. That that was the scary part. Um, so education, if not directed and supported by one's culture, by one and one's families, that is very cultured orientated, we will just attend the institution, and the careers advisors and these people would be looking at us in relation to employment. But the employment is like carpentry. They always ushered us in that category: carpentry, plastering. No fruitful opportunistic um, form of employment. And driving, you know what I mean? Yeah, go and learn to drive, and you probably get a job with the transport services. So it wasn't something bright on the horizon, you know? And that depended on where you were, what kind of district you were in, and if the teachers and the careers advisors were favorable to you as a human being. Because it's all about information. If you didn't receive information that can help you to excel or to reach somewhere, you ain't going anywhere. So if this is an experience, not if, it was an experience that we have in Europe, what was the experience of our brothers and sisters on the continent that's been educated by the same Caucasian? And they are the ones that's running the infrastructure of that country and that district, knowing that the only employers are available is them. So what kind of opportunity is it that we're striving for and we can strive to accomplish? Because we have to satisfy or try to satisfy them in the classroom. Our parents would have to know something about education in relation to the subjects to help us in a direction somehow. But since our parents, like other people's parents, does not have businesses, we ain't going anywhere. So our education taught us social science, some aspects of social science, because we finish up, we were at a level to argue with the state. We were at a level to project what we felt was a dishonest approach to us as human beings and a negative racial approach to us as human beings and seeking some form of rights as human beings. So that aspect of social science was what was readily available to us as students who have learned within that institution. And that's what we did. We learned how to argue and project our conditions and our parents' conditions. We learned that. We learned that how to uniquely project that. So many of us had some kind of legal conscience about our being. And I'm trying to find the words because in many cases, many of us behave like lawyers, what we understand lawyers to be later on in life. You understand? Later on the journey. Because the way in which we analyze and criticize and project ourselves by projecting what we're experiencing and so forth. And the system tolerated us. Now we can say it like that. They tolerated us because what happened? What happened? We finish up telling them exactly what they're actually doing to us and how we feel about it. But we didn't accomplish anything within society, within our communities, within the state. There was nothing inclusive. But many of us getting thrown into prisons, getting beaten up. And then we felt like we are activists, you know what I mean? That become a popular word of the day and time and so forth. And we were. But what were we accomplishing? Because to accomplish something was to the education that we receive is be able to do something with our life through that education. So we accomplished the element of social science being able to rebut people. And it was never the system. It was people who were on top of social science or were the architect of social science having dialogues with us, or we're having dialogues with them, because we're that's the only people that we come into contact with, and we're actually telling them how we feel. But the people who run things, the government, that call government in the town halls and so forth, we were actually speaking to their aides. We didn't realize this. And that went on for many years. And we choose from among us those that were well, um, not presentable, but their presentation of what we were experiencing, they were eloquent. And there was nothing wrong with that, because we all had a passion, desires, and we felt something. We just needed to find a way of being articulating that something to those who would actually not just listen but take us serious. At this point, we were never saying that we were not educated. We're not even pointing at education. We're not even deferring anything about education. We're just trying to be equal human beings with these others that we see as the bosses. And through our development, our advancement in life and age, it's remained the same. And now, when I say it's remained the same, is that we have learned how to not adjust, but to mentally compromise and physically compromise. And we have not benefited anything in life. Not medals or high achievements, a PhD. No, no, we haven't. We're still at suffering people on the plantation, wanting something, looking for something, and asking a question: why are we treated the way we are? But now the system says you do attend our schools. And sometimes we finish up in court, right? And we listen to some of the cases that people are charged with some injustices against the state and blah. And they read our academical accomplishments, and then the judge says you had everything to do something better with your lives, and there's no one there saying that's not true. It's true for you, but it ain't true for me. I've passed your GCSEs, GCEs, I've passed your A levels, but I can't get the job that you get. I can't get no job. I can't get a job that's worthy of the qualifications that you're now reading out that I attained. What are you talking about? Don't talk to us like this. Huh? This is a court of law, and you got to reframe yourself and huh? And everything and so forth and so forth. So then they say that we're not polite right? And they kind of sometimes even break the case, you know what I mean, and tell whoever's representing us, right, to um, what's the damn word, right, and so on. So all this belittling of us as we went through. 60 years down the road, I'm telling this story. How much of us have told this story to our children and our grandchildren? Because the same syndrome is being repeated again and again and again and again. And then we expect something. And the only something that we look for and we do achieve in some aspects is our name being mentioned either for winning the debate or not even winning the debate, but being very good and very tactful in the debate, or competing in the athletics arena. I was a good cricketer, not a swimmer, but a good runner. Oh, they got a band. They had a band. Good musicians. And you see, I'm using the word good, 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 because they don't use the word talented around us. Very strong, great athlete. Yeah, great athlete. Excellent singer. Great players of instruments. Not a unique mind in science and technology. No. But then you have a lot of us arguing about what our ancestors in Kemet did. Don't teach maths. Don't make people understand that this triangle has great power of understanding, not just your imagination. This geometry is very important to understand. The technologies in Kemet, Egypt, in relation to mathematics is very important to investigate and to spend time trying to unravel and nourish. We don't do that. We deal with the mystics. And that's been designed. Just like they was told us, you're good to be a carpenter. But if our parents knew before us, because they were working on the plantation, but if they knew, if they but knew, if they were but free, they would have actually embraced carpentry because you need maths. And they would have made us understand that you need geometry. Our housing stock, the infrastructures that we would design will be reflective of our talents. But it didn't happen. It didn't happen. And that's just carpentry. Now, within carpentry, they're telling us again, because they put us in that particular bracket about plastering. Now, plastering is decorating the bricks with mortar. But to have mortar, to have a foundation, you need stones, gravel, and cement. So you see that technology and the guidance, we've gone back to the accomplishment of our ancestors and to be feeling free and expressing ourselves with our creativity. But it didn't happen that way because we were offended and abused. And education is what they were giving us, but not the education to be advanced people. It's the education to be stuck in a particular space and to maintain that mentality, a mentality that they perceive that we should not, that we should have, and one that we shouldn't have. And that's why I always refer to freedom. What is it? What is freedom? What does it taste like? I mean, how do you experience this freedom? We had to work. We had to do everything possible, and instead of doing everything possible to experience freedom. That's why when music is played, when we play music, we perform. That's a space of freedom. Because the songs, the instruments, the orientation, everything there belongs to us. Don't belong to someone else. So, as children of the slaves, we're still slaves mentally. And don't let no scientific person come tell you, no, 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 they're just saying that. Why are we saying that? Allow me to be Boko Haram, have my own language, have my own curriculum. I don't talk about the Boko Haram that people are speaking about that says that they're terrorists, they're anarchists, and this and that. The Boko Haram that says that means allow us to have our own education. That's what it means. I mean, it's our country. Why ain't we been able to speak? Our curriculum is shaped around our language. But you know the worst thing about all that is that our brothers back then prefer to look like Europeans. They would dress like Europeans at home and abroad. Now we're in the tropics, but we're wearing winter suits at home, which is European suits. So for the sociologists and psychologists, the job's done. It's easy. Look at them. They got on a shirt and tie, a suit, and so forth. And the sun is beaming down on them. They got on a winter clothes, a winter attire. Throughout the seasons in their own land. Do you know what that shows? The great admiration we have for them and the nonsensical part that we have for ourselves because we can't distinctively look at ourselves and say, well, look, you know what? When we go to the Europe during this season and this season, it's winter. Huh? When we go to during this season, June, July, it's summer. So we're going to be. then they have great aspiration for pounds and dollars and francs. So no wonder so many of them that have learned, studied law and accountancy in Europe, they go back, they get a job in government because they're put there by the same Caucasian, the colonialists, and they have this great aspiration for having pounds, francs, and dollars. And as they get older and more seasoned, they want the vehicles to go with that. And they would like to spend more time in Europe than at home. And they give the mineral wealth to the European counterparts. And now we're looking back 150 years or so, and the United Arab Emirates, Dubai, all these places have come in like zoom, and we're in destitute, poverty stricken, water plagues, choleras everywhere, huh? Disgusting sceneries, and we have water in abundance. And it's lack of self-education, self-knowledge. Knowledge of self, knowledge of a nation, knowledge of a people, but accept the one that's been granted, awarded, and presented to us. Months ago, Ethiopia announced, or years ago, how they were going to bring forth the dam. The same structure that Kwame Nkrumah of Ghana, with other European-minded people, but technological African-minded people, realizing that this would be a benefit to the continent, to Ghana, and to the continent as a whole, because we need to start somewhere. And so what happened was the Europeans, well, not the Europeans, the British, the French, and the Americans were paying close attention because they recognized knowledge and the potential, and especially when it was not awarded to anyone, it wasn't awarded by them. So they become very curious. And they executed a methodology of how to terminating that advancement, that development. You can go to Accra and see it. It's like a symbol. But Ethiopia, the Ethiopian government decided, hey, you know what? The Nile runs down here, man. And with technology and understanding of how much water flows and the amount of energy, and right? So the conclusion was, we will utilize it. So what did Britain and America do? They agitated Sudan, they agitated Egypt, to go against Ethiopia. And Egypt threatens Ethiopia with war, blah, blah, blah. But Ethiopia showed their resilience, true determination, because it's in their land. It's their land. The Nile is coming down from the mountains. The water is coming from the mountains. If they decided to stop the water and direct it other places, what could Sudan or Egypt do? All they would have done is redirect it. They didn't do that. The only issue a layperson like me would have, and I would sit with their technicians and ask, because it's a hydro dam, where is that hydro water going? I mean, verbally you can tell me, but you have to illustrate it to me. Because then, down the road some years, we'll find that a lot of fish, a lot of life is now being washed up at the side because the water is being polluted by radioactive water. So I would want to know that. Now, not convincing me that all is well and so forth. I want to know, where's that water being directed? Or is that a problem? Yes, that'd be my concern. But you see, we're not meant to advance. Huh? And they had to do so much negotiating. And you know, America didn't get on good with Egypt when Egypt wouldn't go and shoot and so forth. So what did they do? They brought Somalia into the frame. That didn't work. Next thing what happened? The ISIS that was in Syria and these places and Iraq turns up in Somalia, just like they've turned up in Burkina Faso. All of these staged groups by America and their allies turn up somewhere. Yeah, they turn up, creating problems. But alhamdulillah, the work was completed. Ethiopia, completed. Ethiopia is also, their technicians have designed airport of a technological airport, you understand? Rival to any European and everybody else that is on the pipeline of being insurrected. That's us. In that there's some things that we need to hold back on because we've got the disease of European amusements. You know, everybody want to jump on footballs and so forth, and we're not dealing with the poverty. We're not dealing with the water. We're not dealing with the cleanliness. We're not dealing with the plastic. We're not dealing with the irrigation systems and so forth. Yeah, but we run to please the European Union and all these nasty people. Yeah, we do. I you know what I mean? Sometimes I don't get it. You know what I mean? And these people have got multi-millions and so forth, and they've got poverty in their country, but it's not so devastating as ours. I just don't figure out how they have poverty. Seriously. Their social welfare system is top class. But they don't take care of everyone. I don't know if it's a gimmick that you have to let people feel that, this and this is what's happening. I don't know. But I've worked in welfare, I work in social system, and it's a very distinctive departments and everything, and it takes care of everything. I mean, come on, man, it takes care of even the ants. Yep, they got pride in place, and there's legislation for them. So sometimes these things gets me. I just can't figure it out. Yeah, that's a big song, Mighty Diamonds. Just can't figure it out. So um, I'm gonna move on to hypocrisy, and because education, we're not leaving it, but we're gonna look at the hypocrites, the persons who pretend to have virtues, morals, high, strong beliefs and principles and everything, but they're very contradictory of everything. But they present this uh, treat in front everyone, but they're hypocrites. Understand? Like what's going on now in the Middle East, and what's going on, not Middle East, but what's going on in Palestine and Iran. How Iran, they're seeking to destroy, eliminate Iran, right? But at the same time, the hypocrisy of what is called the United Nations have been exposed. The hypocrisy in what is known as international law is exposed. The hypocrisy by those people has been exposed as in removing the ICC credibility from the ICC judges, because the ICC is the ones that says genocide is being committed and war crimes are being committed against the Palestinian people. And they've done everything to make the ICC null and void, because it's going against what they're all a part of, which they said they're Zionists. And another one is said that he's something he wants to attribute in the Bible, and said that they have a right to remove the Palestinians from there. And many religious-minded Christian apologists and others, Nakba, can't wait, because they're saying that if Al-Aqsa and the Dome of the Rock is move out now we have the opportune time to do that. They'll be able to summons Christ back to earth. Right? They talk like this because they're saying that Christ is God, right? You know what I mean? So they can summons him back to earth, and so forth and so forth. Right? So you've got those who have a strong wish or wants for that to happen, but then there's the others that really naturally would oppose it, but at the same time, we don't get to hear them in public places saying, 200 years of my lifetime and my grandparents and and so forth has gone, and I've come along and keep hearing about the return and so forth and so forth, and nothing has happened. But now you switched it to say that if these two places are removed, and a temple that you all are saying or suggesting was someplace, and it was rebuilt, then Jesus, you're saying, I said Christ, um, will return. And no one is saying, hold on a minute, prove that. How did that happen? I mean, how's this supposed to happen? Where did you get it from? You know, and so forth. So the Muslims have got some work to do in terms of setting up symposiums around the place, around the world. And we don't need to do that right now, but we need to do right now is show the strong unification that a wrong is a wrong. But we've gone nationalist on this because the general Muslim countries in that area of the world do not accept, do not like Iran. They're all against Iran, would like to see no more Iran, and it would appear like that to me, and it does appear like that to me, and um, they are Muslims. So, I don't want to take an interlude, but I'm going to take one because me's a reggae head, you know what I mean? A full culture. So, I don't want nobody come tell me that I can't do nasheed. We can only do nasheed according to Saudi Arabia, and we can only have a culture according to Saudi Arabia, and we must sit down like them and watch the Palestinians them being murdered and obliterated, women and children, and 3 Ramadans, and they are fasting, and they need medication, they need operations, and they're getting all this without anesthetics and everything, and some of them don't get no operation and everything, right? But yet still, I'm just up the road, you know. I'm just up the road. The other one that's around the corner is Jordan, and the other one that's 2 steps across the other side is Egypt. You understand me? And we're not, we're afraid of death. We don't want to walk in there and say, listen, enough is enough, right? And so forth and so forth. But yet still, these are the same people that want to tell me about the Battle of Bedr and the Battle of the Trench and all sorts of stuff. And I'm not against that. I keep telling my wife, I'm not against that. You know why? Because it's actually happened, right? So how can you be acquainting that now with this, and then you want to talk about you don't acquaint it with it. You want to talk about those things at this particular juncture, and my child is meant to sit there and lap it up without saying, hold on a minute, right? Why are you discussing that now? Huh? If you're discussing that to say that there's something relevant, that means that we are the hypocrites. We're saying to the Prophet when he came back, right? Oh, Muhammad, if we but knew, if you did call us, right? If you waked us up, we would have followed you, right? It's last night that you told us, but we were with our wives and we were sleeping and everything else, and it come like we forgot, right? But God willing, we're with you. Now, they don't want my child to talk like that. They don't want our children to talk like that. We mustn't question them. You understand? Right? And then the trenches. There was variance of opinion. It wasn't the Prophet's plan. He didn't have no strategy. He didn't. Stop lying to yourselves and trying to lie to the world. Didn't have a strategy. All of a sudden, someone has a strategy. But you know what was good about the Prophet? Not good about the Prophet. What was good about that situation? It showed, and that's what you lot don't talk about. It showed, yeah, that the Prophet was open-minded. Huh? A suggestion came. But you see, when the suggestion came, right, it didn't came abrupt. You understand? It didn't come abrupt. It didn't come from some other people, from some other place. You understand? It came from his own people surrounding him and everything else, and they articulated what it is and how it is going to be the solution. It's not just do this Do this. No, no, no. When we do this is what liable to happen. If this doesn't happen, this will happen. And the outcome, by the grace of God, would be beneficial to us. See? So there was a strategy, there was a solution, and the outcome, the output, everything. So only a fool would have said, hey, listen, shut up and go away. No. The person very cordial, very respectful, very dignified, was an architect. He was an architect who was able to documentate and project and to illustrate. Now remember, the prophet is Umi. So to illustrate is an important threat for me. You got to show me, because I can hear. I don't understand nothing you're dealing with. But since you're a good orator and you're good at illustrating and you believe, you're firmly confident in what you're trying to illustrate, right? And that's what happened with the Prophet ﷺ and those people who put the suggestion to him of the trenches. Now, why am I elaborating on that? They've allowed England and America to suggest to them what to do for themselves. And America is doing what the Yahudi wants them to do. And the Americans is telling us what to do. And we're thinking that we're doing something uniquely, and we're not. America is carrying out the biddings of those people. And what are we doing as Muslimin? We've looked at America as a big prize. And we're afraid of them. We're afraid of them more than we have fear of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and trust in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and His Rasul. Prove me wrong. Prove me wrong. Maybe the Einstein fella, Trump have got many of them in his pocket and in his vaults. Filthy videos, filthy films, and so forth of them. Not Iranians. Not Iranians, man. These people. Because you're Muslims. Three Ramadans. And if you just take the Ramadans out of the equation, look what they've done. They obliterated Gaza. And now they're there with Yemen. They went over to Syria, bombing Syria, hitting, and Arabia in Lebanon and Libya and they've been there for so many years, getting weapons from Britain and America, causing cholera and so much death and everything, and so on. What are we doing? Why didn't people strike pertaining to that? How's the kingdom at war with itself? Right? How come? And then they oversee the destruction by some lawless people in Sudan as well, but the destruction of Sudan. Right? The great scholars are not speaking. Why are you speaking? They break the last cultured backbone of Al-Islam literature. See? That's what it is. The vanguard. The last vanguard of Islamic literature. It's Sudan. So you mash it up, put it in disarray. Huh? Now, where is the authentication of Al Islam? You've broken the back. They depleted it for a new civilization. A new civilization. And they've introduced all of these bearded scholars. And I'm saying that because I've got a big beard, I'm telling you, man. My beard is all locked up right now. Right? But you know those ones that they've got like designs, you know. They're using those new razor techniques, right? Barber techniques, man. You understand? And that's the new appearance. What is that doing? That's enticing the youngsters now, right? They're attracting them, boys and girls, right? But they're all in agreement with liberal Islam. Liberals, you know what I mean? No. The Christian people says there's nothing wrong with this and this and this, right? You know, we love the people. We don't like their action, but we love them. You understand? So we're in that category. Liberal Muslims. Liberal Muslims. Female imams. Huh? And soon the world will see female marriages. Come on, man. This is a joke. This is a joke. When that man, before he told the people them to go to their Senate and did something or the other, 6 months prior to that, he made the world of Christendom understand that he is with them. Right? He had the cross upside down, Jesuit. He took the Bible and intentionally turned it upside down, Jesuit again. Huh? That's what he did. But how much of you Muslims know about symbolism? How much you all understand what these people are about? Huh? But then you're going to come and give me like 1,000 years of such and such, and you don't want to try apply and implement anything? What are you talking about? I don't see Chinese people coming talking about electronic this, and this. They produce, man. Stop your nonsense. They produce. They don't keep flashing their stuff and say, yeah, they're ching chong chong. No, they produce. They produce. And they keep producing. Hey, why you think they're so clever when they can plagiarize someone else's product? Huh? What's the word? Do you understand? They see something that they like, and that's the general person on the street, right? They see Air Jordans, man, and they realize how this thing is selling hot. And they produce one fast and hit the market. You understand? If you didn't have the talent, you couldn't do it. What you mean to tell me that all you have to do is whisper 2 words in the machine respond to them? Well, even if they did that, that means how advanced they are. You understand? Yeah. Right? So my point is we're being taught how to regurgitate and do not practice. Do not practice. You understand? Do not practice. So what Christendom used to be through the experience of social education and psychology and so forth, they've studied, so they know how to apply that gradually. They ain't in no rush. They apply it, and it works. And that's what's happening. If you can't see it, start seeing it for yourself. But don't go back and go, oh, brother, the brother's gone against the sunnah. No, no, don't do that. Just look at it nakedly for yourself and ask yourself, where are we? And ask yourself, how much did we cry? How much, if you save a life, it's like you saved the whole of mankind. Who saved the Palestinian lives? Who? Who? Who were we waiting for? Which nation was waiting for? Now, why are you saying that the Iranians are not Muslims? Why are you using the word that they're Kafirs? Why are you doing that? What legislates you to choose who is a believer from who's a disbeliever? Allah made it very clear. So how do you substantiate the fact to say that they're disbelievers? When? How? How? You don't say that they've got a different Quran. So what is it that you're dealing with? You're dealing with prejudice. You're racist. Huh? So if I am to think that you're comfortable with me and they who look just like you, oh my gosh, man, I'm the one that's sick. I'm sick. I should feel comfortable to feel like I'm comfortable with you and you're comfortable with me. But what you're displaying is, I'm sadly mistaken, isn't it? We Africans, we're sadly mistaken to think that that be the case. That be the case. I'm sadly mistaken. But alhamdulillah, I'm reacting the way Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wants us to react as human beings. You understand? So I'm not going to go in my grave with such evil in me so it's going to be held against me. You understand? But to realize that if you own, you despise, how can you be loving me? I mean, come on, let's be real. Right? And I don't ask you for nothing. Africa don't ask you all for anything. Huh? Africa don't. And just the other day, you shown your ugly self, right, with Sudan because you want gold. You don't have no goddamn gold. You have sand and oil, and you wanted gold. The UAE and all these, right? And you did everything possible, right, to continue to destabilize Sudan. Why is you scratching the surface and taking gold, right, out of Sudan? And the Sudanese, hierarchical set of people, jackasses, sit down and having caviar and stuff with you and so forth. And they're Muslim, they're staunch Muslims. Now, what have they done? Have they sold their souls? Well, I mean, what's happened? What's actually happened? Not what's happening, what's happened? I want to see how much of these people are going to be arrested and charged for rape. Because this is not an Islamic thing. This is not us, you know. Now, if that is proven true, which we want to know, we want to know. Do you understand? And in Sudan, just now, that never happened in Darfur. That never happened in 25 years of war and conflict. Never was mentioned. So how the hell does it happen right now? Who's the disease? Where does this criminal element, these nasty, vile people come from? Hypocrisy. Hypocrisy. And no one can take all of these accomplishments, all this goal, all these things. You can't take it with you. You can't take it in the grave. I mean, someone can put it in there, but what are you? Is it going to make you live? That means the minute we did, someone said, "Hey, put his house there. Put him in his house. He would be resurrected." It doesn't happen. It doesn't happen. Well, my family's gone, and there's like 4 houses left, man. You understand? And the houses are there. But a smart ass one of them is decided, yeah, you know what? I'm going to become a landlord. And she's a landlord. She ain't share with no one else. She's just a landlord. You know what I mean? And actually, to be frank with you, I don't even wish her well. Because it's very deceitful. Astaghfirullah. So anyhow, hypocrisy, you understand? So let me play two songs because yeah.
Ja! Rastafari. Home, oh children, home. Wanna go home, home. Oh, yes, children, home. Got to go, yeah. We've been trodden from Genesis right on through Revelation. We've been a subject to master's feet. So blessed, so we wanna go. Yeah, we are a people enslaved and sold, scattered through the earth. Jacob is calling his children 12 tribes, so we want go. Oh children, home. Oh, to Zion, home. Wanna go, take me there, home. Oh, to Zion, home. Wanna go, yeah. We've been trodden from Genesis right on through Revelation. We've been a subject to master's weep. So bleak, so we wanna go home. Oh, Reuben, Simeon, Levi, Judah and Zebulun, Isaac, Gad and Asher, Naphtali, Joseph and Benjamin, 12 tribes, so we want go home. Oh children, home. Oh, to Zion, home. I wanna go. Oh children, home. Oh, take me home. Oh, I wanna go. Yeah. Africans are home and abroad, so I'm almost home. Yeah, what that lay, what that lay, what that lay, what that lay. Tell me how you feeling, what that lay. Tell me how you feeling, what that. Are you feeling irie, what that lay? Are you feeling hopeful, what that lay? Are you feeling irie, what that? Are you feeling what that lay?
seriously, you know. To travel visual. I mean, I talk about them people, you know. I mean, I talk us, you know what I mean? You understand? Man, them American, them don't know nothing about we, right? Them a hear something, and them hear about Spanglers and everybody, right? But you don't hear about we. You don't know nothing, man. Yeah? You're too fool. Come here. Walk with a lantern. Come.
Things get dark on the highway. See me with a lantern, yeah. Even the righteous have a migraine, yeah. See me with a lantern, yeah. I come with thunder, come with lightning.
Yeah, you see the problem that me have now? And it's a problem now that I have because in relation to the people them who are play around with the music, we don't know who's authentic, as in culturally, rootically, African and Pan-African mindseted and everything. Very dangerous time we're in, you know. You understand? Serious. It's been a long time, but what's the but? It's revealing itself in such a way. You understand that I'm not in the promoting of such people, you know. You understand? And them a work cover, undercover and everything. And Britain and these places are the places that them can come and prop themselves up, you know. You understand? And they have been doing that. And then when them do that, no, them get them visa, them get them work permit thing set so them can go America and do what them a do. You understand? But when them use Britain now, it's like try to tell us, nah, them think that you're here and a so. And a lie. You understand? Hey, who not rearrange things, yeah, is part of something. Did I just say that? Yeah, right. You understand? And the people them are hey, that them with them honor them people them more than them roots and them culture and everything. You know? And it look like even at their age, it look like them have such honor for these people and so forth that them would just give up themselves for it. You understand? And these are dangerous times. And then you got the other ones, them now, that been camouflaging things and following this said set of people, you know. So if you don't get them one way, them get them other, and them gone for the female thing, the what we call it, they gone for the flower. You understand? And everything. And it's sad, right? So so we don't know, hey, we have to pick and choose and if we pick wrong we lose. Don't matter, right? So in terms of reggae artists, you know, it's very difficult now to find what would be generally called a reggae artist that's authentic culture, the root and African and Pan African, right? And even a Rasta, well, you can't even say that because Rasta image is not Rasta, you know. They have the guy, the America, Jay-Z and all these other people, them that he make locks fashionable in a them thing cause they wanted to infiltrate and create different illusions and problem. Yeah? And there's so much of them that have on locks and some have on wigs and all kind of things. So you can't associate that as Rasta. You see? So we have big problems. Seriously. You understand? And then we have the ear, eye, and everything. So you have some images with a sound within the images and with the image, and we are things are Rasta youth, and it's not. It's an artificial clone. Hey, listen there. The times. So you see what was, what was, and many of the man them and the women, them, you know what I mean, their age, obviously, and many have left us and so forth. So I'm one of them all. Oh man, may I tell you. So how we are gonna do it? I don't know. It's very difficult, right? And some people got to turn around and say, yo, you have to play pure dead people, and everything, because a lot of the artists, me I call them, the artists them have passed as well. You understand? So what they may see Chupa and other and Little John and Chupa do a great thing. Them bring out some veterans them, huh? And they were able to stand up on the stage, and yo, them faculties were sharp star. Them could have sing them tune there. Their own tune, After 70 years down the road, right? Them sing for them song. Huh? You understand? And we give thanks and praise to God that they don't suffer dementia and everything. Or them have memory loss, like gaps in the memory, you know what I mean? Man, them sing them song full. Man, them give better performance than young artists, right? That come and give 2 verses and them gone, and them gone to the next song, right? Them man, they give the whole 45. The whole 45, no ad-lib nonsense. The whole 45. Huh? You understand? And them ones that can't that can't do a little run here and a run there, just give us a Temptation and a Child Lights performance. Wonderful. Chupa and Little John. Oh gosh, I think it was Little John Earthstrong. So I stopped that to say, why, you know what I mean, me, I'm going to be looked down upon that one of them man that to play pure dead stock. Right? Man I got turn and say, yo, man I play nothing alive, Everybody might play them dead star. So yeah, what now? For them people that deal with the flower and everything, we not follow uno. Nobody not follow uno. You understand? Yeah, well, there are some people following you all. But the government need to do something. You understand? Come here.
Yeah! We smoke me chalice in every square and town. Ice cold and green flag all about around. Every rasta youth them come a black a sound. I'm Jamina, say me love so profound. Ganja people, all my cannabis farmers keep it burning, keep it burning, keep it burning. I switch it up, but a blunt top when you see my song. Blaze it, keep it blazing, keep it blazing.
Give me the weed, get it got no best in town. Good old colleague in a mist to a room getting brown. Oh. Every ganja man interested now. Take a career own from Frisco to Humboldt. Spliffing on me mouth, spitting fire like a gunboat. Cut throat, cookies when me have in on me front coat. Serious tragedy man in the run throat. Loot and put the wheel on the cotton ball.
Ganja people, all my cannabis farmers keep it burning, keep it burning, keep it burning. I switch it up, with a chalice, with a blunt top when you see my come. Blaze it, keep it blazing, keep it blazing. Ganja people, all my cannabis farmers keep it burning, keep it burning, keep it burning. I switch it up, with a chalice, with a blunt top when you see my come. Blaze it, keep it blazing, keep it blazing.
Welcome to Kingston, son, Jamaica, Kingston, town. But I orange hill, you find the ganja kingdom, dum. Chill down, everybody got to get some. I found my room locked down the town, yeah. Harvest come, 420 party, I keep this week and you were all welcome. Remember, who never turn up, mark my word, them now get none. Chill out, we didn't keep on the table, top shelf target some. So remember the date and don't you ever forget, say.
Ganja people, all my cannabis farmers keep it burning, keep it burning, keep it burning. I switch it up, with a chalice, with a blunt top when you see my come. Blaze it, keep it blazing, keep it blazing. Ganja people, all my cannabis farmers keep it burning, keep it burning, keep it burning. I switch it up, with a chalice. rise. When the blunt car bang, when you see us come, blaze it, keep it blazing, keep it blazing.
You see what happened now? The prime minister, I work with America, yeah? And the disaster, the hurricane that come, now they no give the updates on everything and how much money the government have come together with the two parties and what is the extent of the work that needs to take place there and everything. Yeah. So then we have the medical marijuana that provisions alone, that provision alone can remove poverty and other farms and build more hospitals and everything. And we're not go there. We're not go there. We are sit down and talk to other people then from outside that would like to see the depleting of medical marijuana coming from Jamaica. It's still the most excellent in the world. So what they want to do now is deplete that. You understand? So they can go to California and all these places and Miami and all these other places and so forth. And then obviously is become the capital of it. And they've got their own brands, you know. They've extracted here and they've extracted there. And they've got skunk this and everything, every different name. You understand? Now, education again, you know. And I believe in self and a dignification of self and everything. You understand? Dignify yourself. And then right your wrongs because you know how much people them got mistreated and everything for a spliff. Huh? You understand? Serious thing. Right? And there could be a state apology and everything else because we are advancing. And the first set of things that is awarded out of this is some hospitals. Right? The amount of money that you make some hospitals. And then when you look upon the country, right, north, east, south, and west, and central have hospitals. I mean, unique hospital, not kind of little box, but hospital. You understand? And so on. But creativity is where you don't get. And then when you follow other people and you have to do what they ask you to do and nothing more. So we have say 12 tribal visa, we're gone again, you know, we're gone. So here what? Tell him mama. Tell him grandma. Yeah. What may I say? These ones here are 100% Rastafarians. You understand? Seriously. So, yeah, I have to give thanks to whoever I support. Is a Vibration, Burning Spear, and a few other people. Them with a historical induction of themselves because that's what me I do, right? But when I saw it, I say wait, right? Because I'm doing that for a ghostwriter, right? So now me can tell the ghostwriter here what don't destroy all of them clips me again. You know? Keep them clips there, man, and let we get some video persons them and everything so we can have a good sitting and reasoning and everything. You get what you want and the grand public get something. Them get for see and hear. You understand? Cause on my life, I'm a brethren them. On my story, not my life. I'm a brethren them that we are trying to tell. You understand? And so on. So and that person that come up and say that this person deal with drugs and this and that, you disappear. But me not hear no apology. You disappear. Me not hear Tanola and Mundell Jr. and Arville and Margaret, Gishi, Rockers. We not hear nobody say, yo, wanna come up and wanna contact we and say, yo, we apologize for them something there, you need to apologize. You understand? Disappearing from YouTube and all these Facebook and rare and everything, that's not it. When I tell you for run from, I tell you for remove them things and stop say them thing there. Stop say it. If you want to say something about your mother and your father, don't bother say that about we. You understand? Serious thing. And if you're saying marijuana as a drug, don't say marijuana as a drug. They say marijuana that then they've been known for smoking marijuana. That's all right. But don't put it down in the drugs. Right? The people that believe that we could only write some song because we ain't a drugs. No. We're not mods and hip hop. Not hip hop. We're not mods and rock and roll and all them. No. We don't suffer from them problems, this Lord. You understand? None of us. We get entrapped in them things by Caucasians. You understand? Sometimes when a spike with drink, sometimes when a spike with food, sometimes a spike with a woman, them that would. Yo, stop it, man. So anyway, you disappear. Don't disappear. And not that we want, me want. I want an apology. You understand? And the families them want an apology. That's what we want. We're not the regular run of these man them that up and down the place. No. We're Africans. We're not no Negroes. We're Africans. We want an apology. Stop running away. But you disappear, out of sight, out of mind, and then reappear again, and then say that you didn't put it up there. It was a mistake. It's a rerun. No, that not work. Right? So the disappearing, we can see that. Don't know what other programs you're on, because me not follow all of them people there. You understand? But an apology will be wholesomely accepted. So get on it. Get on the case, man. A little bit we are, Come on.
Some of us, are suffering so bad down here. Oh, wicked man, don't you see that people need some care?
You see, spiritual unification with Africa, you know what I mean? Not with some European person. European person come with something vile. You understand? So when you hear our soul is resonated to our foreparents. You understand? They're so many miles away, and we're so many miles away, and everything. But that spirit, that soul, resonate to that because that's who we are. You understand? Now you want to come and infiltrate. Oh gosh, man, come.
deadly shame. And the saints them say, the saints them say, and the saints them say, will you wait to cast the judgment for the blood of the saints, for the blood of the saints? They must wait for your saints down here, which are to be killed the same. Then afterwards the judgment. Yes, Jah just said the judgment. Oh, oh Lord. Oh God. Oh Lord. Will you wait to cast the judgment? For the blood of the saints, for the blood of the saints. Oh Lord.
Monrock, come here. I tell you, man. Miss you so much, boy, me I tell you. Come.
Gold and green, the primary colors in iration. Red blood, my brothers and sisters share when we are caught by the enemy. African blood running through my veins.
That African blood running through my brain. So yeah, what them people that come tell me say that the whole Palestinian thing that have nothing to do with we. So what am to do with we now? Eh? What is to do with we now? Eh? I cry, you cry. You're hiding now. You understand? Stop it, man. You're not there with humanity. You're there with your individual self. And you can't take care of yourself, you know. Because you're hiding now. You're hiding. You're nervous. You're sweat. You understand? Seriously. And all the wealth that we have don't make none because someone else will take it. So now you look across at Burkina Faso where you shout out Muslim. Instead you shout out and say, yo, may God help them and everything. And then we have a revolution across the continent. You shout out Muslim. You idiot. You idiot. You understand? See? You have disease, man. You understand? And then I have no solution for nothing. Because you can see goodness, you know. So what make you turn around and say, it's Muslim? No, if you're going to say that, say, yo, you see this Muslim brother here? Man have integrity. The man have qualities. The man have leadership skills. The man is about the people. And him so young. Where him get this old head from? And his vision. You don't come like that. You use it in a derogatory manner. Idiotic. And you don't know nothing about your culture. Not about the tradition of Sierra Leone. You don't. You don't know about Timbuktu and everything. You make some Caribbean idiot guy them come that can't read, come tell you say that the Hebrew this, that. No. Right? The institution was based on Islamic curriculum and African curriculum. Not dominating anything, but Arabic and Swahili was the key language that was used there. That means other people them from outside can't work with us, you know. And to decipher what is there right now, you have to be able to read Fusa Arabic. You don't know that word there. No. Hey, yo, what me give them it for? You understand? And we are talking about Timbuktu, the university, you know. You think somebody plagiarized all them scripts? Are you too stupid? You know how much decades we've been told that we never wrote? And now it's there still they shout out and say, yo, it's a wham. Where these come from? You don't do that. You don't do that. Go to any museum, you don't see no African scripts in it. What you see is hieroglyphic from Egypt. You don't see no written scripts from Africa, outside of Africa, as in literature. But all of a sudden, Timbuktu come, boom, and there's so much literature. And now you're showing you how ignorant you all are. You come with your nonsense prejudice understanding, or so-called understanding, and you're saying these Arabs, what did they enslave us to do that? Was Timbuktu a slave colony? Was America a slave colony? Was that what was taught to us, beaten into us, and so forth? Was Fusa Arabic beaten into us? I mean, come on. If you know that language, you know that term, you know there's always been there. You know there's always been there. But you don't know that term, so you can't make a distinction. You can't decipher, you can't make a distinction, but yesterday you run up your mouth with these colonialist people and these archaeologists that want to be somebody, and they won't even give quotes of the persons to which they're quoting from, and now trying to make themselves look important in the 21st century. They're lying on those people that did the work. And they want to make out that somehow they've understood or they met my great-grandfather. Which part? How could a 30-year-old person met my grandfather? Where? And which dispensation did they do that? How did they do that? I mean, you're talking about AI nonsense again. And they're greeting my great-grandfather without me? Oh, gosh, man. And he's 30? How did this happen? Explain it. Give me some maths. Even trigonometry. Give me something. Oh yeah, you're going to say, oh, Jesus Christ, isn't it? He was in the tomb, and he resurrected from the tomb. Right? You said he was buried, right? And he wasn't buried. It was not he. I don't know who this Jesus is, but you said that Esau was buried, and he wasn't buried. And someone came out of the tomb. Yeah, someone came out of the tomb because the person wasn't in the tomb. So because the tomb was empty, then you said the person resurrected. I mean, how did I get over here? Stop it. I mean, hey, this diversion, no, I got to change it.
Things get dark on the highway. See me with a lantern, yeah. Even the righteous have a migraine, nah. See me with a lantern, yeah. I come with thunder, come with lightning. See me with a lantern, yeah. Yes, for sure the judgment will be frightening. See me with every road have a end. If it no lead to Jah, I know the church and the rum bar you fi preaching now. Right now what about me want people now? Shanko, where you do this to poor people for? Make sure you're not late for that meeting, yeah. Strap with justice and wait for you. Now I'm gonna jail when I pay for you. Start tell your followers pray for you. Things get dark on the highway. See me with a lantern, yeah. Even the righteous have a migraine, nah. See me with a lantern, yeah. Jah come with thunder, come with lightning. See me with a lantern. Yes, for sure the judgment will be frightening. Hey. Revolution is no pride of the people. Just filling a voice to the people. Some rich like rich old Babylon teeth get kicked out. Righteousness is alternation, what do you evil? So David use but that one you a rifle. Boop, boop, boop at the code we don't like you. Ancestors got a boil ready to fight you. Now reach ones are your nipper devil like guide you, Lord. So things get dark on the highway. See me with a lantern, yeah. Even the righteous have a migraine, see me with a lantern, yeah. Jah come with thunder, come with lightning, yeah. See me with a lantern. Yes, I'm sure the judgment will be frightening. Round in I war, I find I'm a majesty seated up high love. Find your way to Jaja. Focus on your high vibration. Yeah. In this present moment, the battlefield at but as a wounded warrior. Give all praise to Jaja, one and only true salvation. Hey. Things get dark on the highway. See me with a lantern. Even the righteous have a migraine. See me with a lantern. Just set up the fountain. See me with a lantern. Yes, for sure the judgment will be frightening. Every road have a end. If you not lead to Jah, I know the church and the rum bar you fi preaching. Right now what taboo me want people now. Junk Crow when you do this to poor people for. Make sure you not late for that meet there. We strap with justice and wait for you. Nah got no chill with I'm free feel.
Yes, so we have to go away, you know. So we have to know guidance. Yeah. Give thanks. Don't forget to share it with others, you know. We're there with you. So we must come in on the chat and say something, you know what I mean? Don't come in and start talk about Israelites. You want to talk about that, talk about the line of Judah. You understand me? Seriously. Gone.